Over 50 of them were immediately released because they do not believe that they can serve impartially. One woman from Harlem was later excused during the questioning for having a strong opinion about Trump. Another man's child is getting married in Seattle during the trial. The jury selection process will take 1 to 2 weeks. In a borough, Manhattan, where Trump received just 12% of the vote in 2020.
Fox's Nate Foy outside the New York State Supreme Court. Trump is accused of falsifying business records to cover payments made to squash unfavorable stories about him in the lead up to the 2016 election. White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby says Iran's intentions during its attack on Israel Saturday were clear.
Iranian leaders launched so many missiles and other munitions because they knew that many were going to be defeated. But the aim was to get as many of them through Israel's defenses as possible.
Kirby called the attack an embarrassing failure for Iran's supreme leader and Iran's Revolutionary Guard and dismissed Iran's claims of warnings about its attack as absurd and false. The Supreme Court is allowing Idaho to enforce its ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth while lawsuits proceed, allowing the state to put in place a 2023 law that would imprison doctors if they provide hormones, puberty blockers, or other gender-affirming care to minors. Wall Street stocks retreated as worries over the Middle East made investors jittery. The Dow lost 246, the Nasdaq minus 290, the S&P off 61. America is listening to Fox News.
Fraudulent tax returns due identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Hear that? The soothing sounds of a bubble bath. And if you were here, you'd smell a single cedar leaf candle. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get back on the road and enjoy 24/7 roadside assistance from Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And then take a shower, because it's fast, like your motorcycle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Roadside assistance may require comprehensive coverage, not available in all states.
Survivors of the 2017 bombing at an Ariana Grande concert are taking legal action against British intelligence.
22 people died when suicide bomber Salman Abedi targeted music fans in Manchester, England 7 years ago. Now more than 250 survivors are suing MI5. The UK's intelligence agency was found last year to have missed a big opportunity to prevent the attack. In a rare public statement, the head of MI5 saying he was profoundly sorry. Abedi had been classed as a subject of interest to officers, but later deemed to be a low risk. Lawyers say they've submitted a claim to a specialist tribunal handling complaints against intelligence services. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Organizers of the Summer Olympics in France are working on other plans for the July 26th opening ceremony, just in case of a security issue.
President Emmanuel Macron says they need to be flexible.
We analyze the situation in real time, so we have a ceremony. To be transparent, we're preparing a ceremony that would be limited to the Trocadero, for example, and so we wouldn't be doing the whole Seine River.
Speaking through an interpreter, he said he's confident that the ceremony on the banks of the River Seine, where 160 boats will sail for nearly 4 miles in front of a ton of fans, will be a success. But he says, if need be, they could switch to a more restricted ceremony in the square facing the Eiffel Tower or move the event indoors. CJ Papa, Fox News.
New York City lawmakers are proposing a city ordinance to humanely drive down the population of rats and other rodents. They're considering using rat birth control and a ban on glue traps as alternatives. Many wildlife experts have expressed concerns over using the poison because it can spread to birds which eat the rats. An owl that was freed by a vandal at Central Park Zoo and died after hitting a high-rise earlier this year was found to have rat poison in his system. I'm Lee Silaceras, Fox News.
KFEQ late afternoons continue with the latest news and information.
I'm Tommy Rezach with news. St. Joseph has officially been declared a certified gigabit city powered by Metronet. To be classified as a gigabit city, half the residents and businesses in the area must have access to fiber optic internet, which Metronet has surpassed.
St. Joseph Mayor John Josendale says the honor of being named a Gigabit City is exciting when you think about how just 2 years ago, no fiber internet was available in the city.
I guess it really came to light during the pandemic and being able to see that, speed matters when it comes to the internet. So whether it's business or personal, I mean, it's really important, and really it's exciting for us because as people see it, then it becomes more of a real event for them.
Metronet began the $30 million project in 2022 and to date has installed more than 240 miles of fiber optic internet throughout the city. Tens of millions of Americans from Lincoln, Nebraska to Baltimore could face strong thunderstorms tonight and into Wednesday, with tornadoes possible in some areas. The National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center said a large storm system hitting much of the central U.S. over the next couple days is expected to bring severe storms and possible tornadoes tonight to Kansas and Nebraska. Scattered severe storms are also expected to bring some strong winds, hail, and flash flooding. The best chance for storms in the St. Joseph area will come well after midnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Buchanan County Sheriff Bill Pewitt says laws must be changed to reduce repeat offenders, illustrating his point by recalling a recent arrest by his deputies.
We had deputies in South County caught a guy in the act of a burglary who was in a stolen car and had 19 outstanding felony warrants for robbery, burglary, and all kinds of stuff because he'd been getting arrested. And then, he'd turn around and get released and then go out, commit more crimes.
Pewitt says the 19 outstanding felony warrants were from other jurisdictions, not Buchanan County. Pewitt says laws need to change to not allow criminals to take advantage of the system. Now, a local branch of the popular Kona Ice franchise is giving residents a sweet treat to relieve the stress of tax day. Matt Pike tells us more.
For 8 years, Chill Out Day, hosted by the Kona Ice franchise, has given out complimentary shaved ice to help get past the stress of tax deadline day. Owner Christy Porter says the idea for Chill Out Day came from Kona Ice founder Tony Lamb, who wanted to find a way to give back to the communities they serve on an already stressful day.
And we're like, well, gosh, this is a small gesture that we can do that we feel like would have a big impact on communities, just to kind of connect us all as a community to be like, hey, we're going through it too, and let's celebrate, right? And let's do something fun for you guys as a community, and let's give back with Kona Ice.
That's news. I'm Tommy Rezach. These stories and more at stjosephpost.com.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beat. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Trust this book. Pass it over. From the Foundation for a Better Life. As an educator, Mr. Nelson's teachings are still being quoted in school.
Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world.
Mr. Nelson taught hope.
Everyone can rise above their circumstances if they are dedicated and passionate.
And giving our best effort.
It's always impossible until it's done.
Mr. Nelson Mandela's teachings not only united a nation, they inspire us today. Inspiration. Pass it on from PassItOn.com.
I get it, flip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, flip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, flip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Late afternoons continue on 680 KFEQ and 95.3 FM St. Joe. Now here's your Ag News.
With this look at Ag News, I'm Nathan Steedley. Senators Chuck Grassley, John Thune, and Dick Durbin are all calling on the administration to permit nationwide E-15 sales this summer. They sent a letter underscoring the geopolitical importance of uninterrupted biofuel access and noted that the president directed the EPA to issue summertime waivers both in 2022 and 2023. The senators contend that enabling the year-round sale of E-15 helped allow our energy supply chain to address extreme and unusual fuel supply circumstances caused by the war in Ukraine that are affecting all regions of the nation. And to counter these influences, we must pursue an all-of-the-above energy strategy, which includes leveraging domestic biofuels. They also noted, as previous temporary waivers have proven, permitting the sale of higher blends of biofuels like E-15 through the 2024 summer driving season bolsters domestic fuel supply. It lowers consumers' costs at the pump and promotes the environmental benefits of American biofuels as well as modern agriculture. The Farm Credit Administration Board received a quarterly report on economic issues affecting agriculture and an update on the financial conditions having an impact on agriculture. They also got an update on the financial condition and performance of the farm credit system. Interest rates remain high after recent inflation reports came in higher than expected, but rate cuts by the Federal Reserve are possible later in the year. Other measures of the economy are favorable, such as low and stable unemployment levels and overall economic growth. Agricultural producers are facing tightening margins, with cash receipts expected to decline this year and high input costs likely to persist. Crop prices have declined because of elevated supplies. Issues in the livestock industry include recovering from the Texas wildfires as well as recent HPAI infections in dairy cattle herds. Full earnings for the farm credit system were up compared to the prior year, but provisions for credit losses increased. That's been a look at your Ag News on KFEQ. I'm Nathan Steedley.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Floodline from your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. here on 680 KFEQ. The Floodline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Floodline with Rick Hughes every Sunday at 9 a.m. on 680 KFEQ.
Imani wouldn't be here if it wasn't for St. Jude, and I can't imagine a better place to be.
You know, it's a cliche thing to say, but I feel like my faith in humanity has been restored. The second we arrived here, we had food, housing, transportation, treatment, you name it, it was taken care of by St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. There was not a single other care in the world except for Imani, because St. Jude made that happen. The best way I can really describe it is this is heaven on earth. To the people who donate to St. Jude, you know, I just want them to know that I don't think anyone in this world or anything in this world has given me a greater gift. We came as two desperate parents, and they saved our daughter's life.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org. Girls and boys in poverty around the world are dreaming of a better life. Thanks to Children International and friends like you, dreams are coming true. Together we help children to learn, grow, and thrive. Learn more at children.org.
I'm Brett Martin with news. A growing number of people arrested for crime suffer from mental illness. Buchanan County Sheriff Bill Buick says treating the mentally ill needs to become more of a priority of law enforcement. Buick says it is a problem affecting all of Missouri.
Typically, at any one day, there is 280 plus people incarcerated in the state of Missouri in county jails that should be in the custody of the Department of Mental Health.
Missouri is also looking for ways to help with the rise in children struggling with various forms of mental illness. The Missouri Department of Education and the Missouri Department of Mental Health plan to work together to address the problem. Missouri Board of Education President Charlie Shields of St. Joseph